All right. Good morning, everyone. Looks like we have folks coming in. We are thrilled you have joined us for Lancer Answer Fest 2021. Today, you'll be able to learn about our high quality education and services at PCC that lead to sustainable living, jobs, and transfer opportunities. Our goal is that you apply, register, and enroll for classes this summer or fall. And we want you to know classes are available now. So if you've got a quick question for financial aid, they're going to be here today with us. If you have an admissions hold that you need to get taken care of, staff will be available to assist you. Or if you just simply want to meet with the counselor, they are here. Now, you're not going to get that 45-minute appointment session today, but you will be able to talk with them directly and walk away with how to secure a future appointment session. So again, we are so glad that you're here at PCC's Lancer Answer Fest. So to kick us off, we want to introduce to you our college president. Her name is Dr. Erica Introjonas, and she is the superintendent president of Pasadena City College.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lancer Answer Fest. I feel so fortunate that we've got a great rhyming opportunity this morning, and I'm so happy to see all of you here, and I hope what you get is all the information you need to leave here today or even to start that application process, because we would absolutely love you to come and attend Pasadena City College and become what we like to say a Lancer for life. And so as Tamika has already shared, there's a lot of really friendly, helpful people who are going to be here to help you today. So if you have questions, please ask them. There's no question that's too small or too big for us to answer. I also want an opportunity to let everyone know that in the fall, we are planning to have at least 76% of our classes face-to-face. We will still have some online opportunities, but we are working very hard to bring everybody back, or as many students as possible back. I think everybody has done a great job trying to learn online, and I think there's been some great instruction, but I know that a lot of you are ready to be back in a classroom. You're ready to be with each other, and we are ready to serve you. And so we have some classes face-to-face in the summer, while we're figuring it all out. But then in the summer, in the fall, we will be back face-to-face, at least 76%. That's a lot of our classes. So again, welcome this morning. Thank you for taking time out of your Saturday morning. You're going to hear so much great information from a lot of fabulous people. And, again, ask questions and we want you. So have a wonderful day and come become a Lancer for life.
Great. Thank you so very much, Dr. Introjonas. We really appreciate it. We now are going to watch a really cool PCC video.
What makes Pasadena City College unique? You could start with the fact that it's called Pasadena home for nearly a century. You could highlight how nearly every New Year's Day, the world-famous Rose Parade has passed right by its doorstep. You could list the Jackie Robinsons, Octavia Butlers, Jaime Escalantes, Van Halens, and other amazing alumni that have graced its campus. You could look at its students, its faculty, its counselors, coaches, and tutors. You could look at all of the people that work at PCC every day to help our students succeed. But today, we're not going to do that. We're going to show you what PCC looks like from the ground level in real space. PCC shares a name and a location with Pasadena, California, which is one of those places that you'd think only existed in the movies. In fact, it has.
So you think you made it into the class, Shorty?
The college is located in an urban center that feels like a small town, but it's got to be one of the biggest small towns in the country. But PCC is bigger than Pasadena. We have campuses spread across the Pasadena Area Community College District. From PCC Northwest at John Muir High School to PCC Rosemead in the southeastern section of our district, to the Foothill Campus Community Education Center, the Child Development Center, to our flagship Colorado campus. Each facility serves a purpose: to bring the promise of education into our community. That purpose first took root on Colorado Boulevard. The central campus core is 3 complementary buildings circling our historic mirror pools. These 3 buildings used to be the entire college, Pasadena Junior College, but we've grown a bit. These 3 are now dedicated to the Horace Mann, or C Building, holds English, ESL and languages, the social sciences, and campus administration. And right in its middle is Sexton Auditorium. Here's a fun fact. One of Van Halen's first shows ever was on the Sexton Auditorium stage. To the east and west are twin Art Deco buildings that house Earth Sciences, the Learning Assistance Center, International Student Center, Disabled Students Programs and Services, and the Student Health Center. Next to the C Building is the Quad, the center of campus life. This space hosts student research presentations, spirit activities, civic and cultural groups, food trucks and movie nights, and political rallies. Ringing the Quad are the Catherine Robbins R Building, with the Math Department and Math Success Center, plus the Dental Program, and the Quest Center, a space for undocumented and LGBT students to find fellowship and support. Next door is the Bookstore and Campus Center, with the Black Student Success Center and Ujima and the Puente Project. The Lancer Pantry provides healthy nutrition to roughly 3,000 students a month. Journalism is taught here, as is culinary arts. PCC's associated students hold their meetings here, and the Office of Student Life inspires the campus spirit. Every summer, the Wi-Fi Lounge transforms into the Welcome Center, where students and their families get a taste of college life. The IT building is also home to the Robert G. Freeman Center for Career and Completion, a new addition to PCC Student Services operation. The Freeman Center brings career advice, coaching, job search, and placement activities under one roof, providing a hub for students and local employers to find ways to work together. Down the way from here is PCC's planetarium and the observatory. Yep, we've got one of each. Oh, and Albert Einstein was here to help open these buildings in the 1930s. Yeah, that guy. On our way back west across campus, we'll go past the recently expanded Veterans Resource Center, which helps former service members find their path through civilian life. The VRC has made PCC a top school for veterans in each of the past 8 years. The swimming pool and the gymnasium are right here, along with Robinson Stadium. That last one was named for Mac and Jackie Robinson, who both played here before they went on to change the face of sports for all time. The Center for the Arts brings together visual arts and performing arts in PCC's newest building. This is home to the historic Herald Trumpets and Tournament of Roses Honor Band. With more than 230 members, this musical powerhouse is a highlight of every celebration on New Year's morning. The Center for the Arts also houses one of PCC's art galleries, a fully stocked music lab, the Black Box Theater, and Westerbeck Recital Hall. Just walk through the space and you can feel the music and art surround you. Galloway Plaza and the Boone Sculpture Garden take us over to Shatford Library, where PCC's dedicated library staff helps students conduct research, uncover new knowledge, and develop habits of learning that will serve them throughout their academic career. The building also houses Lancer Radio and its podcast studio, and PCC's hard-working Information Technology Services team. Here's a riddle for our times. What do you get when you take a college away from its campuses? The answer is something completely unexpected. As soon as the coronavirus pandemic hit, PCC shifted gears to take its teaching and services online. Staff rearranged their lives to work from home, setting up Zoom rooms and chat lines to help students navigate a new world. Faculty turned their classes on a dime, launching hybrid learning and sharing new ideas with their colleagues and beyond. Much of this response was made possible by PCC's embrace of wraparound services for its students. The Pathways FIE First-Year Experience Program provides high-touch advising, college success courses, career exploration, and a place of belonging to all of PCC's first-year students. That's roughly 5,500 people every year. And now they're doing it remotely, on demand, and in ways that continuously adapt to our students' needs. It's a bit of a paradox that taking away our space created so much space for us to grow. Someday, we'll come back to our brick-and-mortar lives. We're ready to keep exploring and improving our services to students and the community. We'll break new barriers. We're always learning. We're excited to share what we find.
Awesome. So we just wanted to share with you some of the footage from our live and vibrant campus. And as our president mentioned, we are going to have more than 70% of our classes in person, which is exciting news. So now we're going to transition. I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Alan De La Vara, who's from our outreach office, and Mr. Tremel Bradford, who's from our transfer center. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much, Tamika. Hello and happy Saturday morning, everybody. Welcome to PCC Lancer Answer Fest 2021. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, and I gotta believe that that video is worth at least 1,000,000. Honestly, hopefully that video gave you a good snapshot of some of the sights and sounds of PCC. So anyhow, again, my name is Alan De La Vara. I'm the outreach specialist from the outreach office at Pasadena City College. I, along with my colleague, Tremel Bradford, will be here covering the opening kickoff and PCC overview with you this morning. Tremel, you wanna take a second just to introduce yourself to these fine people this morning?
Sure, Alan. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lancer Answer Fest. My name is Tremel Bradford. I'm very excited to be here with you all. I'm very excited that you all are here. I work here at Pasadena City College in our transfer center. I'm a transfer advisor, and a little background about myself. I actually came from the university. I worked as assistant director and African-American recruitment coordinator for UCLA undergraduate admission. And now I work here at Pasadena City College, where I have the privilege of sharing all this great knowledge with all of my Lancers. So I'm very excited that you all are here to learn more about Pasadena City College, to learn how you can fulfill that dream of becoming a Lancer and how being a Lancer can help you fulfill your dreams and to transfer and to do whatever your outcomes and your goals here at PCC will be. So I'm glad that you're here to get this information. I hope that you've shared this information with other people. I hope that you get them here now, and I hope that you have fun today. Thanks, Alan.
No problem. Thank you, Tremel. Okay, let's get to the next slide. A couple things we want to do before we begin. I want to make sure that we cover a couple of items and issues and protocols for today's event. You see, we have a netiquette. It's a fancy way of saying that we want to make sure that we all treat each other with respect and courtesy here today. I know you are all here to gain information about the questions that you want answered, and that's our goal here for you today. But we need to make sure that we can get through all of this efficiently and quickly. Again, we want to make sure you get your answers, your questions answered. Because it's not confusion fest, it's not question fest, it's answer fest. And that's what we're going to do today. So while Tremel and I are presenting, you're going to be able to submit some questions into the Q&A feature that's located down below the bottom of your screen. Maybe you're seeing it if I'm pointing that way. We have some amazing staff here who are going to be answering your questions throughout this opening session, as well as student support drop-in sessions this afternoon. Next slide. So as we run through the day, we're going to you see the agenda. We have a full agenda of information planned for you. We're going to start with today's opening kickoff and overview. That's where you're at right now. I want to let you know, if you have a friend that you think should be joining this, it's not too late. Text them, let them know this is going to be an amazing day. We're going to be here so they can come and join us at any point in time. We have workshops with student services. We have an application workshop. We have workshops with the Transfer Center University partners, International Student Center, the Career Center, financial aid. At the end of the day, we're going to have a drop-in session with student support from admissions, financial aid, and the counseling office is going to be open for drop-ins from 12 p.m. to 1:45 p.m. Okay, so don't worry if you missed one of the workshops, that you attended another one. All sessions are being recorded and are going to be made available to our guests. So don't worry, you have choices between everything you want to do. You're going to have these to be able to access at a later date and time. Next slide. agenda. But before we get into all that, we want to share some information with you about PCC. We're going to cover who we are, our achievements, our awards, our accomplishments, our accolades, the Aspen Prides, and lots of other cool words that start with A. That I'm just kidding. But we're going to cover a lot of stuff with you guys. We want to make sure that all the information you guys get about our students, who they are, where they come from, how they got to us, and how, as we as a college, get them to where they need to go to. And ultimately, we want to leave you all with a better understanding of PCC, our certificate programs, our non-credit programs, our transfer programs, as well as our student support programs. Next slide. So before I get going, I need to do a little bragging about PCC. I will try to go through this as quickly as possible, but honestly, I'm just too dang proud to not say a lot about PCC and then just say, next slide, please. Let's stop. As you can see, PCC boasts some very impressive state and national recognitions. We're widely recognized as one of the top community colleges in the state. 60 transfer majors and over 75 career and technical programs. Ranked #1 in California and #5 in the United States of America for minority students earning associate's degrees. Ranked #1 in California and #1 in the United States of America in the number of degrees awarded to Asian American students. And PCC has been named an Aspen top prize winner for the top prize finisher in number 10. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. We have been named as an Aspen Prize top 10 finisher in the United States in 2017, 2019, and 2021. And by the way, just so you guys know, there's almost 1,000 community colleges in the United States. So we're very proud of our accomplishments. We're very proud of what we're able to do for the students that come to us. Next slide. Speaking of our achievements and milestones, if all that wasn't enough, PCC is also proud to state that for over half of the last decade, each year we have transferred a student from PCC to Yale University, and PCC ranks higher than the national average for students transferring to a four-year university, and PCC ranks higher than the national average for students' bachelor degree attainment to transfer students. Next slide. Okay, a little bit about PCC. Okay, PCC serves over 20,000 students each year. It's widely recognized as a transfer leader. It's one of California's top schools for transfer to local universities, including the Cal State University, the University of California System, as well as distinguished private universities such as USC and the Art Center College of Design and more. And you can see some interesting fast facts about who makes up our student body. More than 1/2 of our students are younger than 24 years old. More than half of our students get their tuition waived or reduced. About 2/3 of our students attend PCC as part-time students. And we are an ethnically diverse campus, as you can see from the statistics below. Next slide. Okay, now this is always kind of a joke because I love this slide. This slide, I'm going to talk about it for a minute, so please bear with me if I get a little overexcited, but I'm not going to lie to you. This is my favorite slide. And one last thing about that community college student, they succeed. As you can see, 51% of the Cal State graduates and 29% of the UC graduates started their education at a community college. So all those Facebook posts you see and all the news segments with all the students looking so sharp in their caps and gowns graduating from Cal State Long Beach, Cal State Northridge, Fullerton, USC, UCLA, we know 1/2 of those students started at the community college. 1/3 of those UC students started at the community college. And while both of those percentages are awesome, the main thing that jumps out to me personally is the word graduates. The important word is the Cal State graduates, the UC graduates. These community college students didn't just leave the community college and enter into the university system and fail miserably. No, these students, you students, will sharpen your skills, define and design your path ahead of you, head out to the workforce, to the university, and succeed. I believe it. The numbers show it. Our PCC students have named it and they've claimed it, and they are here walking around with their Bruin sweatshirts, their Trojan sweatshirts. They're with you name it, any university they want to go to sweatshirts. Ain't nobody gonna tell them any different. You know what? I need to go get a little excited. So I'm going to turn the mic over to my buddy Tramel, and he's going to give you guys a little more information about how our students get from PCC to their dream university. Tramel, can you take it?
Sure, Alan. Thank you so much. All right. So listen, students here at PCC come here with a variety of different interests, a variety of different goals. Listen, we have students from all over who have so many different diverse ideas about what they would like their future to be. And our job at PCC is not to tailor that or to shape and mold that. It's just to guide it. We just want to make sure that we're doing what we can to provide you the services to achieve your goals, okay? Here are a few on the screen right here. Some of our students come here, well, a large number of our students come here because they want to transfer to four-year university. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how successful Pasadena City College has been in transferring students to four-year universities. Some students come because they would love to earn an associate degree. And we are so excited that we offer both associate degrees and associate degrees for transfer. We'll get into that, but just say PCC has a lot of options for you. And other students come here because they're interested in occupational skills certificates or certificates of achievement. Regardless to what your goals are, our goal is to meet you at your goals so that you can achieve them. Next slide, please. All right, this is one of my favorite things to talk about. I was a transfer student myself, and so I really, truly believe in the transfer process. And PCC not only helps students transfer, but we have all of these amazing programs that ensure that students meet their transfer goals, like our TAG programs, all right? And first and foremost, if this is new to you all, welcome to college where everything is alphabet soup. You've been saying UCLA, USC your entire lives. Well, welcome to TAG, TAP, ADT, alphabet soup, but we're here to help you understand, okay? So our TAG programs stand for Transfer Admission Guarantee. And as the name implies, we have programs here that can guarantee you admission to universities. 6 out of the 9 undergraduate UC campuses participate. And then we have private schools like Arizona State University, Loyola Marymount, Pacific Oaks College, just to name a few, who also participate, as well as our HBCUs. Our honors program here has a formal partnership with both UCLA and UCI. So if you're interested in UCLA or UC Irvine, please inquire about our honors program. Please contact them and figure out how you can be a part of the program, okay? And then also our associate degrees for transfer, which we call ADTs, which can guarantee you admission amongst the California State University system. So there's 23 campuses, you know some of them, Cal State LA, Cal State Northridge, or the ones with the trickier names like Cal Poly Pomona, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, or the ones that don't say Cal, but San Diego State, San Francisco State. We have programs that can guarantee you admission somewhere amongst their 23 campuses as well. If you're interested in any of these programs or all of these programs, I highly encourage you after today to follow up with us here at the Transfer Center. Next slide, please. All right. Now, I talked about the associate degree for transfer, the ADT. We have Associate of Arts for transfer, the AAT, as well as Associate of Science for transfer in so many different fields. And as you can see on the screen, here's some of the ones that we offer here. We offer over 25 programs. The goal is, again, to meet you at your interest. So please inquire about these programs, inquire how you can be a part of them and benefit from being a part of them as well. Next slide, please. Gotta love the fanciness of the transition.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Right? Okay, let's talk about transfer success. We've been talking about transfer success. Here's some of the latest data from PCC. Now, out of our students who are transferring, 100% go to somewhere awesome. All right, let's look at this pictograph over here. Over 20% transfer to private universities like USC. You heard Yale earlier. Yes, our students do transfer to Ivy League institutions, Stanford, Pepperdine University, just to name a few. Over 31% transfer to the University of California. Again, alphabet soup, go UC, all right? UCs like UCLA, UC Berkeley, UC San Diego, just to name a few, all right? And then 49% of our students were transferring to California State Universities, those wonderful 23 campuses, of which you see on the screen to the left, with some of the ones that our majority of our students have applied and been successfully entered to being highlighted in the gold, like Los Angeles, Cal State LA, or Pomona, that's Cal Poly Pomona, or even Northridge or Long Beach, CSUN, Cal State Northridge, and Cal State Long Beach. Next slide, please. All right, Alan.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome information, Tramel. Thank you so much for all you do for PCC and its students. So as you can see pictured here, we have some of our past students, current students, employees, alumni, and actually even current staffers. So we have Talene Balian, Mila Vidal, and Dion Shelton. She's not pictured here, but they're going to be making up our student panel. So if you're going to plan on joining us today for the virtual campus tour at 11:30, it's going to be followed up by a student panel with all 3 of these young ladies. Guests will have the opportunity to ask them questions about their experience at PCC, as well as their experiences transferring to universities such as USC, UCLA, and UC Riverside. I'm going to keep hearing alphabet soup now, Tramel. You put that in my brain. All these ways we abbreviate everything. Next slide. So above and not should say above and beyond, in addition to all those amazing transfer programs we have career certificate programs at PCC. As previously mentioned, PCC has over 75 career and certificate programs. We randomly selected a few to highlight here on the slide and promote here with you today. EMT, nursing, dental hygiene, dental assisting, construction, film, television, electronic media, cosmetology, fire technology. I could keep going on and going on and going on, but mostly we want to make sure that you guys are aware of the different opportunities available for students at PCC. The programs provide certificates of achievement and occupational skills certificates, certificates of achievement specialized skills, as well as occupational skills entry level for employment, and much more. So I know I ran through a lot of that really, really fast. Again, as we mentioned, we have 75. I could take up hours talking about it all, but we do have a session with our Freeman Career Center for career completion scheduled today from 11:30 to 12. So if that's something that's interesting to you, please drop in and hear the presentation. Again, if you do something different, that will be recorded and you can get that information at a later date and time. Next slide. We spotlighted one of our programs. It's a radiology technology. Here's an example of the PCC program offers. It's diagnostic in imaging, x-rays, MRIs, CT scans, and leave PCC learning an average salary of about $60,000 a year. And it's pretty interesting. They state that after graduation, the students have seen a 200% increase in their pay as they progress through their field. Next slide. Our Foothill campus, it was mentioned in the video, it's formerly known as a community education center where students and community members take non-credit courses, computer classes, non-credit ESL, also known as English as a second language, GED, high school completion programs, as well as adult basic education, such as language, arts, math, and computer keyboarding. Hundreds of classes are available for students and community members to learn new and exciting skills, improve upon basic job skills, or just make themselves better rounded and learn how to do Excel, Word, or anything else like that. Maybe they just want to further your education, or maybe you want to switch a whole career and learn new skills. We have counselors and career center people who are going to be available to help you with this process going from A to Z. Next slide. Okay, the California Promise. So what the California Promise is, without diving too deep into it, because we do have specialists, it's a tuition waiver. It's formerly known as the BOG fee waiver. It's eligible for California residents. And for more information, please attend the financial aid workshop today. It's being held twice. It's going to go from 11 to 11:30, as well as from 11:30 to 12 p.m. Again, as with all of our programs, they're going to be recorded, so you don't have to attend one to miss one. You can actually get them all eventually. Okay, next slide. So as we get close to closing this opening kickoff session, I just want to announce again briefly and recap on some of the benefits of students who attend PCC. We discussed all the different career certificates, the low cost to basically no cost tuition for our students, the transfer opportunities available to our students to the Cal State and the UC system. And as you can see, so many other benefits and opportunities. And I want to make one thing very clear. It is not too late. I know Tamika Alexander started off talking about that. I know our president started talking off about that. It is not too late. So you can add classes today. You can do the application today. If you are starting from zero, we'll get you to a hero before the day is over. Okay, next slide. So as I stated, you apply, enroll. So maybe you're asking yourself, that sounds great. Well, just want to make sure that you guys know that we can do this today. We've added a link here as PowerPoint as well in the chat link, and we will be hosting the application workshop immediately following this presentation. We have some amazing people from our admissions and records office who are going to walk you through the application process step by step by step by step. Next slide. Okay, a lot of times one of the biggest questions that students say is, what do I do? How do I get into PCC? How do I take classes? So we've included a link here for the IGETSI. It's a long word, and I keep thinking of Tramel's alphabet soup. And it's a long word meaning the general education courses used for students who want to transfer to the UC and the Cal State universities. The link is posted here, and it's in the chat room. But even better, students can use the link by themselves and determine what classes they want to take semester by semester. It's really just a form. You say, I'm taking this one, I'm taking that one, as you move through it. Or if you're still a little confused and nervous about your choices, they can schedule an appointment with a PCC counselor for assistance with their academic plan using the link included inside the chat room. Next slide. Okay, so while we're all here, we're all in this together. We are doing things remotely, but we want you to know that you, me, us, everybody here, we're all doing this together. And one of the things that we're doing as a campus is moving in our most important services to the web. So the services that new, returning, continuing students need are available at our virtual support center. And if you have any questions after we finish today, you can visit the virtual support center Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The link to access the virtual support center is also going to be included inside the chat. Or if you skip it, you get to our PCC, Pasadena.edu, and we have a little magnifying glass in all of our pages. Type in virtual support center. It's amazing. We've taken what we've had in our brick and mortar and we've put it into a virtual realm, and it's a great system. Next slide. All right. So in conclusion, on behalf of all PCC and all the hearts and souls pictured in the small faces there, we want to thank you for joining us today. And we would love for you to be part of your future tomorrows and count you as part of the PCC Lancer family. Next slide. So my information is here, Alan Delavara, High School and Community Relations Specialist. You see my email, you see my phone number. I want to make myself accessible to you guys. If you have any questions, even if it's not a question directly to me, but I will be there to help you. And we have a great team of people who respond to those emails to help you get to where you need to. Okay. So Tremel, you want to let them know where they can find you?
Absolutely. Again, everyone, thank you so much. My name is Tremel Bradford. You can find me in the Transfer Center, and since we're remote right now, email is the best way to get in contact with me. transfercenter@pasadena.edu. There's the information is provided there on the screen. Email is probably the best way to contact any of us at this point because we're all remote and we're all adapting to the changing times. But one thing I will say is that we've been adapting pretty well, and PCC has been ensuring that students can matriculate and continue to move forward even under the circumstances of our global pandemic that we all share a burden for, okay? So at this time, if you're unable for whatever reason, technical issues to see, we've also put so much information in the chat. So if you can only hear us this entire time, please review the chat. Some very important links have been being placed in the chat, including both Alan and myself's contact information. And now we wanna offer the opportunity to answer some of you all's questions. I know that a number of questions have been being posed, and it looks like a lot of them have been answered. But I do want to see if I can highlight a few. Here's a great question. How can we join classes when we're still in high school? All right, Alan, you want to answer that one?
I'm sorry, say that one time. I was reading.
Oh, sure. It says, how can we join classes while we're still in high school?
Oh, that's awesome. So the great news is that we have what's called concurrent enrollment. So students who want to take classes while they're concurrently enrolled, meaning they're attending high school and college at the same time, you just go to our webpage, pasadena.edu, you click on the apply now, and it'll give you a breakdown of what type of student you are. Either I'm a first-time student, I'm a returning student, I'm a high school or middle school student. You just follow the steps. Great news about that is those classes are tuition free for our high school students. So you can start chipping away on your academics while you're still in high school. And we hope to see you when you graduate, but those classes are in your, what I always refer to as your educational piggy bank. So when you graduate high school and you go straight to UCLA, USC, Harvard, Yale, wherever you go, those classes go with you. So it's a great opportunity. Again, on my email right there, outreach@pasadena.edu, you can email us any questions you have, and we'll make sure we get you directed to that department.
Awesome. Thank you.
Possible. I see someone's asking, is it possible to visit the campus and have a chance to walk around and just get an understanding of the layout, not going to the buildings, but just a sense of the space? Absolutely. We are an open campus. We have people who just enjoy our beautiful campus, walk around, see the greenery and just how beautiful it is. So any day we're open, just come through. Again, you probably won't be able to access the buildings at this point in time, but if you want to get a feel of what that campus looks like and what the surrounding environment is, please.
Awesome. Oh, look, here's a few questions. There's a few questions that seem to kind of relate in a common theme. One of them says, if we're unable to pay for classes, how can we access the waiver? Someone's asking about the BOG waiver. Someone's also said, I registered for classes on Lancer Point, but I don't see any information about FAFSA. Lots of financial aid related questions. And what I'm going to do is invite you all to stick around throughout the day, because not only is financial aid going to be hosting workshops in both of our sessions, which you'll find out about in just a second, but they're also going to be hosting a live Zoom where you can tap in and ask questions. So for all of those amazing financial aid questions, I assure you, you can and will get your questions answered throughout the day. All you have to do is show up and stick around.
Exactly. I had somebody asking about priority. I actually spoke with our outreach specialist in the FYE, first year experience program, just last night. It is not too late for you to join. If you're a high school student who's been kind of just procrastinating, or you weren't sure, or you want to have a backup plan, it is not too late for you to sign up, do the application for PCC, and become what we call a first year, be part of that first year experience program. They have their own counselors, they have their priority registration, they have their own academic advisors. It is the best thing since sliced bread. So it's not too late for you to get it into that program. Again, it doesn't mean that you're saying I'm all in, I'm going to PCC, but you're saying that is a great backup plan. I'm going to wait and see how things go. We love to be there for you guys and make sure that when you do make that decision, you're coming in full steam ahead.
This is an awesome question. What's the deal on waitlist classes? Can we still add? We can still add those, right? So waitlist means that we've met our cap for the amount of students that can enroll in the class. We do our best to ensure that our students are not in overcrowded classes so that you can get as best direct attention as possible. But we also know that students switch in and out of classes all throughout the weeks leading up to, and sometimes even in that first week of school. And so the waitlist allows students to express a formal interest in the class. You're not technically fully enrolled, but as students drop the class, which definitely it does happen, students are then able to add. So waitlist just ensures that you have an opportunity to get in the class. I always tell students, try to do your best to secure backup just in case you're not taken off that waitlist. And then there's another question here about TAG. We mentioned TAG. Yeah, so TAG is our transfer admission guarantee, once again. And as the name implies, yes, you are guaranteed admission. Out of the 9 undergraduate UC campuses, 6 of those participate with us. That's UC Davis, that's UC Santa Cruz, that's UC Merced, UC Santa Barbara, UC Irvine, and UC Riverside, okay? So if you didn't hear the UC that you're most interested in, keep in mind it's not that they don't want to participate. It's just that the program was actually born out of an opportunity to increase the amount of students who were successfully transferring to the UC. And some of our UC campuses have always had so many applications that they never needed to secure guaranteed spaces. But it doesn't mean you can't transfer there, okay? And if we did hear one of your number one choice, congratulations. You can work with us here to ensure that you're guaranteed admitted. And then as I stated, there's also other universities that participate with us, like Arizona State University, Loyola Marymount University, Pacific Oaks College, Pepperdine University, the University of Redlands, Whittier College, and then our historically Black colleges and universities, HBCU. They also participate with us as well. So there's a number of those campuses that you can be admitted to, guaranteed. It's so fun helping students in the fall apply to schools. And we get to honestly say, as long as you complete the task that we're telling you to complete, you're already guaranteed to 4 campuses before you even hit submit. All right. So that's pretty awesome.
I'm seeing we have a lot of questions, which is amazing. I'm glad that we have 2 sessions for financial aid because we have a lot of financial aid questions. And so, we have the specialists. We have people who work in that department who will be helping you A through Z. And we have 2 sessions available. So a lot of those questions, before we dig into the weeds of those, I definitely want to make sure that you guys get over to those sessions and ask your questions directly to those people. How do I apply for the hardware? When does the fall registration? Okay, someone's already answering that one. Anything jumping out at you, Tramel?
I just saw someone say Riverside is my dream school, actually. Go Highlanders.
Okay, well, we got Dion, so she can tell you how that goes. Today, she's gonna be a part of our student panel, and she's over there. She's a student at UC Riverside right now. And then actually, I love her story because she's a non-traditional student. She didn't make her decision to jump right into PCC right out of high school. She came back as a grown adult, and now she's killing it. So she came to PCC, she killed it there, and now she's over at UC Riverside making her mark. I see someone's interested in CIS Certificate of Achievement. We have the Freeman Center is going to be doing a presentation there. And again, a lot of these questions, I know people say, I would like to speak with a counselor. I'm kind of scrolling through that. We have the Virtual Support Center. The people there are, they're doing amazing work. We have a lot of students have a lot of questions. So you can also, again, join us today. The counselor is going to have a drop-in session. And if you want a longer appointment, you can go online and schedule that. But we also have the virtual support center Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Scrolling. And thank you. I want to give a little shout out to everybody I see who's tackling these questions. I see as I'm scrolling, I'm like, do you want to jump on it? I see somebody's already typing the answer to them. Thank you so much.
Here's an interesting question. I attend another community college, but need to take English classes at PCC. What steps do I take without the need of a placement test? That's a very good question. So if you're interested in taking classes at PCC and you're either enrolled at a high school or another community college, or even a four-year university, you will go through the exact same process as any of our other students do. You first have to get signed up for PCC. And if you're running into any issues about signing up, we have amazing staff here today that can help to alleviate all of those concerns while you are in this program today. Okay. Questions about not or being able to take the placement test should be most directed at our counselors here today. And so we do have staff here that will be able to help you to navigate around that as well. Okay. There's so many questions, and this is good. Let me tell you why it's good, because questions are problems with solutions. You're just seeking an answer, but not being here today, you would be stuck with your problem, all right? And we don't want that. We don't want you to be stuck with the problem. We want you to find solutions, okay? And while we're doing our best to answer these questions here, I do want to continue to iterate. We want you to stay here throughout the presentation because there are other departments who will be here. There are other people from international students support to career support, our transfer center, our counselors, our financial aid, our admission office. We're all here today, all hands on deck. Listen, our program started off with the president of the college. We're all here today, all right? So we are so dedicated to ensure that you meet your goals. But I do think it's probably time for us to transition. We want to stay on schedule. All right. So once again, if you all have any additional questions, please utilize our contact information, which is on the screen and also in the chat. All right. And now we're back on our run through of the day. Okay. So you've seen this at the beginning. We wanted you to get a chance to see what the day was going to look like, and to take that even further, we just put in the chat under Lancer Answer Fest webpage a link to our landing page, okay? And if you click on that wonderful landing page, it looks just like this. This is our landing page. So once you get there, scroll down a little and you will see our run through of the day right there. And I do want to show you exactly what this day is going to look like, okay? So at about 10:50 or so, we're going to wrap this session up, give you a small break to kind of figure out what you want to do, all right? And if you have any questions, you can always come back to our home base room, which you see the link right underneath Lancer Answer Fest event schedule. There you go, highlighted in that wonderful maroon cardinal PCC red. I call it PCC red. Okay, but at 11 o'clock, we're gonna start part one of our student services. And if you click on it, it expands. So you see that PCC admission will be offering an application workshop. Our transfer center will be discussing our university partnerships. Our international student center will be giving a session as well, and financial aid for all of those amazing questions, okay? And then at 11:30, we'll be having part two of our student services, which again, as we stated, financial aid will be giving yet another session. So if you see something more interested in session one, then you could do financial aid in session two. Or if you see something more interested in session two, you should do financial aid in session one, okay? And if you have all your financial aid questions answered, feel free to utilize session 1 and 2 for non-financial aid engagement. But in addition to financial aid, the Freeman Career Center for Career Completion will also be offering a session. There will be a presentation from our international students, and then our virtual campus tour and student panel will take place. And then right at 12, there are two things that are going to be happening, okay? First, between 12 and 12:45, you'll get a chance to learn about our career communities and how our students are organized and have the opportunity to be organized around their career goals and to engage not just each other, but our staff, our faculty, our deans, okay? And then also at 12, when it goes into 1:45, we have our drop-in sessions. Now, let me tell you something. Even without the global pandemic, being able to be in one place with representatives for admission, financial aid, and counseling directly in front of your face, eyes, is incredible, all right? Yes, we are accessible. We are a very accessible campus, and we even make sure that most of these things are all in the same building. But, you know, there's other students, these things, you know, where you may have to come back for an appointment. Nope, not today. Today, we have drop-in sessions where you can talk to live representatives in admission, financial aid, and counseling. That means that by the end of today, all of your concerns about how to successfully become a Lancer, all of your concerns about how to meet your career goals, how to navigate around any pitfalls like holds that you may have on your records if you're already a Lancer, or concerns about how to finish the application, or what classes should you enroll in. Hey, I've taken classes at other schools. If you've taken classes 10 years ago at another university, listen, there is someone here today that can help you. And our goal is that by the end of today, you all are successful at becoming Lancers, and you're successful at enrolling in, at the very least, your summer classes, okay?
Right. Tramel?
Right around the corner as well. What's up, Alan?
Why don't we let them go? I think they got about 2 minutes to stretch their legs, you know, heat up another cup of coffee, get a glass of water. We want to make sure that they get into their new sessions at 10:50, I believe, and give them enough time to be ready to go. Because I know everybody has so much information in the next sessions. We want everyone to show up on time. So please show up there because they got a lot of great things going on. But before we do that, we want to finish with a video about one of our alumni. And so if you're going to take it away, Talene, please. And we'll, I think, turn off our videos and mute ourselves.
Graduates, I am seeing the faces of the future in front of me today. I see something in each and every one of you. I am certain that you will go out and do amazing things for our world. Tonight, we're all here accomplishing the first milestone into our university education. Tonight is special. Tonight is our night. I know that all of us have gone through a very exciting, but at times a hard journey. But let me tell you, I truly believe it was all worth it. To all of you who, like me, came to this country for a better education, struggled financially to pay for college, took longer than what was expected, were told by people that community college was the only option, struggled because of legal status, dropped or failed classes, lost friends, went through a breakup, or decided to change your major in the middle of your time here, let me tell you something. We did it. We picked ourselves up and kept on reaching for our goals. Mine being here today with all of you. Now that I look back in time, it's crazy to think that I found OMD at Club Rush and that I came across that girl who believed in me. Who knows, maybe if it wasn't for her, I would have never become the leader I am today, nor would I be here tonight. Now, I would like to take a moment to thank some people. Thank you to my parents for being my #1 supporters. When I first came to the US 7 years ago, I did not quite understand why they made the decision of moving to a new country. But today, I understand that it was all for this exact moment. To my grandparents who are sitting in the audience here tonight, to my family and friends in Mexico who are watching this right now, this is for you. Los amo con cada pedacito de mi alma. Gracias infinitas.
Thank you everyone for joining us. You can now transition to the workshop sessions. Again, you can click on the link for the agenda and we'll take you directly to the Zoom links. Thank you again.